Hello everybody, NoukonNeko here to stream some Genshin Impact today. Yes, I kind of made a little bit of adjustments to my streaming setup a little bit. There's gonna be more in the future, but I look a little bit different. That's the reason why. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more better.
I only wish life could be as
I think I mainly kind of look more bigger, right?
How greedy of me.
Let me also adjust the volume very quick. I think we're good. So, last time I Genshin, I kind of did more main story stuff. And, what happened last time? Oh yeah, we met, Sinnoh and Candace, right? In that desert village. And yeah, we're gonna continue to do more of that main story stuff today. I think after I use up some of my resin, yeah, I have enough resin to kind of do 2 bosses, and I could kind of show off the new boss that we've been working on to kind of get ready for the Dendro Archon, which we also tried yesterday a little bit. And I'm like still kind of debating whether I want to roll for her, mainly because of the 4-star characters in that banner. I don't really need any of them. That's probably the big downfall. If there was like at least one 4-star character in that banner that I need, then it would be an easy sell for me. But man, I'm so hesitant because all those 4-star characters I already have max constellations for, so it's really redundant if I actually roll for that banner and just get a bunch of those 4-star characters. Band I'm probably could hope to get a bunch of 4-star weapons. Yeah, but who knows? I might decide to do some rolling at the end of the stream, so if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. But yeah, for now, I'll just worry about using my resin very quick and then doing some of the main story. Well, I kind of constantly think about whether I want to roll for Nahida, Dendro Archon, but let's see. For now, it doesn't hurt for me to kind of keep working on finding this boss. I'm kind of gathering some of her material that she needs. Let's see. This way, right? Oh, wait. Oh, I haven't done this yet. Let's get rid of this very quick. Need that. Oh, there's a lot of enemies. Let me clear the way. Oh, I don't have the right characters. I don't have the right characters. Wait. Let me retreat. I'll retreat and come back. I think the only character that kind of beat them is Ayaka. If I fight them, I kind of want to fight them as Oh, guy changed. That's an interesting thing. Does it change because I'm in one of those zones? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But either way, let me switch back to this. Yeah, because I don't want to electrify them or burn them. Which means I can't use Bennett or Fish right there. Because I think I heard the Dendro Archon just needs normal mushrooms that aren't affected by those elements.
And away I go!
I know it makes it hard, right? Grab these.
One with nature.
Enough energy yet?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind.
Nature is probably fine.
Quietly now.
Yeah, Hydra and Carlo is fine. All that. Now it's time for me to shoot all these points more accurately. What's shooting me? Oh, that's shooting me. It's weird. It hit that instead of this. I kind of aimed for right there. Ouch. Should be another one somewhere.
Take it easy.
Right? Right over there. Okay, there's the enemy.
Can't catch me. With my...
One with nature.
Gotcha.
Okay, I don't really need to use Kazuha's.
Whirling snow.
Just using Yaka and Yolan's
So that's it.
plenty for this guy. And free it. Ouch. That was dirty. Hitting me when I can't move.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Okay. We are good there. Okay, so this means I could probably just focus on getting to the boss now, which I think it's not over this way. Remember, the trick to get to this boss, you have to be down here and right in the cave. Switch to the part I can fight it, because there's a trick to this boss. You need to have Dendro and Electro to beat it. I think Pyro is just a little bit extra.
By royal decree, I summon thee. Take flight.
Funny thing is, Dendro don't actually do any extra damage to this guy. He's immune to Dendro. So using Koi doesn't change anything. Oh. Open. There you go. Give it to me. Thank you.
Whirling snow. Sakura swirl.
Oh, not fast enough. Ooh. Okay, I guess I needed the power a little bit more sooner. Okay, I just worked with Electro and Cryo, and that should be good enough. Okay, here's the trick. So now I need to hit all of this with Dendro. Oh no! I did not can get attacked. And then I need to hit it with Electro. Ooh. Barely. Yeah, problem is since I didn't level Cole at all, any little teeny like scratch would kill her, so yeah. Something we have to change in the future, or get the Dendro Archon. That's not a good artifact. So yeah, not a good artifact. So I'm just gonna ignore that. Let's go revive Cole, and we had to wait until that boss respawns. Do it one more time. Question now. Question now is whether it's actually better to use Traveler Cole. It feels like I need someone that could do Dendro more frequently, and I think not the Traveler Cole does it better. But the problem is I don't have any levels on her compared to the Traveler. Traveler at least is level 70. So I could use him, but he just doesn't use Dendro often. I need to hit those points like 3 times. Actually, I don't know what the killing condition for him is. You would at first think that you would need to, hit all 3 points, but I only hit 2 and hit 2 with Electro, and that worked. Maybe just doing it once will work. If that's the case, then just Traveler is good enough, but we can kind of play around with it. Kool-Aid should be revived. Also want to check the daily. Yeah, I need to burn 10 more resins. I might as well do that boss one more time. Then we'll continue the main story. And how long do I have to wait? Boss enemies? Oh, I can't separate by region. It's okay. Dendrohypostasis. Huh? I don't see a cooldown time.
This is a day in the life of the traveler.
Usually they would have a cooldown time, but maybe it already like finished cooling down. Yeah, let's head back over there then. Maybe it's just really short. Yeah, maybe. Yep, it's already back. Okay. Let's see what happens if I just Dendro one of the points and Electro one of the points. I'm not exactly sure what the Electro part does, but I know that when we didn't have Electro, we couldn't do it. So, yeah, we'll see how this works. Hopefully Kool-Aid doesn't die this time.
By royal decree.
Oh, maybe a little bit closer. Ouch. Yeah, we're pretty much halfway already. This. Trying to whip me. Ouch.
Let's light it up.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
My apologies.
This is the easy one. Ouch. Gonna have said that.
I'm going in. Take flight.
Okay. Gotta make sure I don't get hit. Do that. Electro. Oh, it kind of does damage to it, huh? Is it enough, or do I need another one? Or do I just have to keep hitting it with Electro? Okay. Yeah, I really want to know the full mechanic. That way I know how to beat it in Faro Abyss easily. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have read it. Hold up. I think it does freeze that. Let's see. Okay. So it inserts a shell to defend itself. It displays abnormalities when corrupted by some unknown influence. Mush sees moments where its element core exposed, attack effectively. We already got that part. When in danger, release restorative hits that have properties of Tri-Lankshana creatures. Use Dendro to revive these pills and induce a normal state to them. Continuously use a normal state in them to continuously cleanse the Dendro hypostasis, and use Electro to trigger their activated state and speed up their cleansing process. Using Dendro attacks on the Dendro hypostasis core can also help cleanse the creature. Complete the cleansing process. Oh, okay, I see. So maybe you don't need Electro. Maybe you could just Dendro it. It just restores quicker.
Insubordination. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Whirling snow.
Okay, let's try this again. Quickly. Okay. Yeah, I need to play around with that a little bit more. So what I want to know is if I did all 3 with Dendro, whether that's enough to take it down. But that's another tale for another day. This is not too bad. I'll hold on to this one. The Elemental Mastery is starting to become more valuable with all these characters that has come out. I feel like, yeah, Dendro and Animal are the 2 elements that kind of rely on Elemental Mastery a lot lately. Okay, so now that we have all my resin stuff out of the way, that should mean my daily is done. We can continue the main story now. Question is, where was I? Okay, so we are still investigating the missing village keepers, who are people who have gotten saved from divine knowledge, and they're suddenly going missing from the village. They're called the keepers because people kind of thought they're kind of help the village survive through a certain disaster, like when earthquake struck, which we are assuming is Nahida who took over them to kind of help the village. They rooted. But yeah, villagers don't know that, but either way, we're still trying to figure out where these guys went. So let's talk with this guy.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Really? That's it? Kind of want to make this up a little bit smaller, that way for people to kind of read from the text a little bit. Wait. Maybe I'll just throw... Nah, that's kind of weird. Just gonna keep myself right here. Make myself a little bit lower.
Its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Okay. Trying to not cover as much of the text while not cover the quote on the bottom right. That's kind of needed for streaming event purposes. Okay. Keep talking to the villagers, see what they know.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
He is a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that?
So wait, even though the story was, you know, they were kind of talking about one village keeper kind of doing something to hold the houses together, was it all the village keepers in the village doing that at the same time? I guess the hero could control multiple people at the same time.
Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha! Thank you.
I don't know anything about why they're missing, but seem to be talking highly about them. Down here.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy. Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh?
What's wrong, Sino? Did something happen?
Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here.
Oh, is he
Stay over
sus?
there. Stay quiet as you move.
Health time? Self time.
Join the Aerolites and embrace
Hey, where'd you go?
new life.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
How does that make sense? That's just total assumption.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Oh, he's serious.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return.
And so I guess there would be some villagers that do like them, but other people that don't.
Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
The Academia is probably the true target of their hatred.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, good thing I'm not one of your enemies.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
All the more reason for you to not get on his bad side.
I heard that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead, but we need to check a few more places.
Maybe we could check the scholars' homes?
Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Okay. Oh, I guess they would have a house kind of away from the village.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
Or maybe it's just the grandpa.
Now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Yeah, I guess as long as he knows it's not really his grandpa. It'd be more problematic if he really does think that it's his grandpa. But man, this guy is actually living pretty far away. If they did disappear, yeah, no one would really know.
Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
Yeah. I was actually expecting like a whole rectangular house, but it's just like a little tent. What's that smell? You know, did you catch his faint whiff of incense?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
Wait, is this Sino or Sino? It's probably Sino. Like cyan. It's definitely that one.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tighnari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tighnari.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tighnari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need.
Can't handle the scent very well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tighnari's house?
No, it was the forest where a scholar was meditating.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Let's keep looking for more clues. It'll be more efficient if we split up. Oh, he's actually walking around. Okay, you can look there. You can look over here. Oh, footprints. I was wondering where I could be scanned. You would think he would be more sharp than I would. Wait, is he actually following me? Wait. I am supposed to follow the footprints, right? Is it? No, he's actually figuring it out.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
You mean someone else has been here?
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Lured him away? So that's what happened.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
You get lured away by food all the time.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Is it to resurrect King Deshret?
Are the rumors really true?
That's the only lead we have so far.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
So, you know, one thing I was wondering, right, is, you probably can't, you're probably not resurrecting this king, like, you know, his physical body form or something. It's probably gone, right? But say if you put that king's memory into someone's body, then he would be resurrected, right? Because you think about it, Nahida's able to kind of control people's body and use her powers through their bodies. So this king, as long as you put his soul into someone's body, then he should have all his powers and knowledge to kind of do what he did before. And if these knowledge capsule contains memories of this king, then maybe there's a whole theory about this king getting resurrected. God, after all. Okay, we'll see if that's exactly what happened. But one thing that never made sense to me is, why are these people going insane from this knowledge?
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
They kind of look like rivals, right? You know, like in Pokemon, how there's like red and blue, which is like Ash and Gary. But anyways, yeah, like it's usually always red versus blue, right? And Dia's like red, and then Candace is blue. So they seem kind of like, yeah, like they're kind of competitors.
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
But at the same time, it looks like they're good friends.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
You like I heard these names somewhere before.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
But Dea, Huh? He was winking at me. Yeah, I should stay quiet for now. I guess she spotted somebody.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
He's obviously too... kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, right?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out.
What did I tell you?
The desert is unforgiving. so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Oh, I think she just said a little lie earlier, but it's probably just to throw them off. Said she has no fighting skills, but she's a merc.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken.
Unless
you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Unless I kind of misheard her.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
I'm pretty sure she's trying to throw them off. Caravan Ribbit. How far is it? Huh? Oh, okay, that's kind of far. Why is this still marked? Cancel. There you go.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Mm-hmm.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? ... It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving.
Oh, wow. That's not necessarily discrimination. It kind of is discrimination, right? Is it by the race? Or they kind of like seem like... Is it prejudice? I think that's the word, right?
Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Yeah. I don't understand how she feels. I hope she doesn't do anything drastic here.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Yep, time to look for clues.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
I'm trying to think of whether he seems trustworthy. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, I'm using the wrong character. I got checked. There you go. This team definitely handles fighting like crowds. Well, it handles everything much more better.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
Is it gonna be an ambush?
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Little did they know that Dia is really strong.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. I knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, A fellow desert dweller would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
New punching bag.
Oh, my skill's not ready yet. What?
Things are about to get dicey. Into the wind.
What? Is that really it?
One with wind and cloud.
That was quick. That was there gonna be more.
Possible! Yeah, how could you?
Funny that Kazuha's like goes to in the middle of the cutscene.
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all.
Yeah, I thought you said that, but it's kind of weird. You wouldn't think a mercenary can't really fight that well. I don't know why they would have thought that.
And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
So those names you mentioned.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So, who is the duck-tailed bearded crook?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Oh.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for you.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
I don't think you're that kind of person.
What makes you so sure?
Because even without an employer, you're still helping us out.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people unless they were truly compassionate.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery.
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
That's a lot of people to lug around, but okay. Somehow we managed to do it.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
Oh, is she the investigator? I mean, well, actually, who would be bad cop, good cop? Candace the bad cop? It seems like Dia would be more of a bad cop.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
She must be really persuasive.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
I'm actually kind of curious what she would ask or say.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Sounds good.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Very curious, but I guess we just have to wait until tomorrow. Which is... I don't think this would count, but I could try. Yeah, I didn't count. So I have to go one whole extra day. Yeah, because it literally just passed midnight when I captured those guys earlier.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Wait, did they actually say that?
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Zino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh.
You mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
So maybe he was the bad cop and she was the good cop.
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Yeah, he'd definitely be more scary than Candace. It would be funny if it was actually the opposite. See how it goes.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh.
There's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't feed us anymore. We're gonna die.
Looks like Sino taught her well.
Yeah, she mastered it really quickly too. Now, she's just as terrifying as he is.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry! I'll tell you everything I know, please. Just let us go.
Man, what did she do to them?
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
Oh, Nep. Welcome to my channel.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Where are the village keepers now?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Yep, he's playing the bad cop.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Sounds like the good cop to you. Do you have any idea who that mysterious person might be?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
You know, it's kind of crazy that these guys are not, like, tied up or something. There's still quite a bit of them for one person to kind of interrogate.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Oh.
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
In Mirror City, Terria also mentioned King Deshret's resurrection is just the academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Almost like we're meeting up for a really big event, but okay. Oh. He, the villagers, keeps home.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa!
I almost forgot about him.
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
You know, it is on autoplay. Will I actually continue, or do I actually need to?
What's with the silence?
Did they actually edit all that long pause on purpose?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Yeah, go ahead. I won't stop you.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
I guess he's like too perfect.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
Well, he really likes to stay silent, doesn't he? Tempting is...
Enough with the silent treatment!
Maybe he's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
That's true.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
So you're saying we could find new info from someone we've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
This is up to us. The person mentioned. Don't have to go too far. Hopefully the game kind of tells us where to go. Lock the door.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Sure thing. Hi, Miss Shawnee.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No.
Why's that?
Because it'll only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Can't promise anything. I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay, we understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace.
This is kind of tough because this is how a lot of people actually are nowadays.
And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Could you make out where the sounds were coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
We need to check out the hospital.
Yeah, let's go!
Crying. Why would it be quieter when I'm there, though? That's the one thing I don't get. I mean, it could be related to the missing village keepers. Most likely it is, but I can't seem to really piece it together right now in my head. What would make that sound? Like, would the village keepers be...
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. ideal place to hide people.
Because, you know, one thing that could have happened, right, is Nahida disappearing would make the crying less, but technically, I don't know why would the crime be less, because if Nahida's around, wouldn't she kind of soothe people out? But consider the timing when she disappeared and then the crime is lower. Oh, she said the crime is still there, just lower, right? Yeah, I really don't know. It's hard to say.
Monsters! Watch out!
Quietly now.
What?
The wind knows me.
Oh, more? Okay.
Can't catch me! Come on out!
Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Take flight. Kamisato art. Sumetsu.
The nice thing about elemental damage.
Easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
Yeah. What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look.
Nothing?
Hey, Ohitham, we haven't found Squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
It was even reading.
Reading! Let Paimon see!
Oh, if I was secures as well.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Too complicated for Paimon, apparently.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either. Maybe it's time to spread your wings and become learned.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
Well, the more you learn, the more money you can earn to support me.
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon?
Isn't that what I've been doing now?
Oh, right. Okay then. Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere. Thank you.
You're welcome. Time skip. But the story makes sense if we were at.
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
I was wondering where the story would end up being the same if we actually came here at night.
Huh? What was that sound?
There it is.
I didn't hear it. Did you guys hear it?
It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
Yeah, it looked pretty obvious to me.
As I thought. There's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Oh, so we got sucked into a domain. Those are our explosives. Investigate the elemental monuments around the hospital. That one we already hit. Ooh. I'll take that. I guess we're not in the domain yet. Almost feels like we should be in a domain, but it's just outside right now. Okay, I do need some Dendro character. Okay, Cole, you're up. Why is this one locked? Oh, because there's some enemies here. Uh-oh.
Whirling snow.
Kind of wish I have a water character in here right now. Ouch. Ouch.
Take flight.
I think I can handle them all. So I'm gonna be a little bit more wise. Switch back to this team, but we'll just switch to the Traveler.
The world is full of
Maybe a little bit more stronger than Coley right now. Two, over there. I guess those were drops from those guys earlier that I didn't see. This still part of the area? Check. Nah, I think it's still too far. Okay. Stuff here though. Let me go take a look at them. Just some vegetables.
Happy to oblige.
Huh?
Busted.
Following order.
What? Where did you guys come from?
Gotcha. My apologies.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Oh. Wait, that's the one I saw earlier, right? Yeah, that's what I saw earlier. Okay. It's not in the front, so maybe it's more in the back. Oh. Up here. Enemies? Yep, enemies. Go to the lower level of the hospital. Like, wait. Yeah, that's right. It's inside, right? I don't have the key. Open that. Okay. Emergency note. Patient Abbas, male, 23 years old. Survival will be difficult without professional medical care. Patient's survivability, once found, immediately inform. Don't give up. Stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine. So don't ever give up. Unreadable, okay. So it sounds like some academia people were doing some experiments here. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, maintain a good mood. Week's meals. Monday, mint bean soup. Touchin for lunch. Curry shrimp panipuri for dinner. It's just food. Salad, biryani. A lot of this food I never heard of. Fish with cream sauce. Potato boat. Shakshuka? Bean cake for lunch. Okay, that's not useful. This. Case of emergency. Contact the physician on duty immediately. Abraham. Huh? Mondi. Yeah. Some of these guys are kind of taking turns watching out for some people. Seems to be a darkened remains of stem inside the vase. Probably used to hold flowers. In other words, for Avin, the bottom of the bottle seems to have been a gift to someone named Avin.
Look, there's someone over there.
Need to be careful.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
Who is he?
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
So how did it become like this?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Yeah, divine knowledge. Backlash? Yeah, the Hermit guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed: the scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
I see.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
She makes it sound really dark. But it's probably just copied, right?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible.
Because, I mean, knowledge has to come from somewhere.
Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
How did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No, that can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with the divine conscious in the forest. That's what the academia is after? It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Vtuber. The doctor, and also the balladeer, they're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The academia needs people who have been exposed to divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
The motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
So he rejects the notions of a greater moral responsibility. He justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
So what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Oh, no, these are dusty tableware? Hack him. I don't know what that means. Sugar bowl. There wasn't some crooked of... What? There's some name inscribed in this bowl, Avin. Did these matter? There weren't crooked carvings of Arbaz and sugar jar on them. It would be difficult to imagine that these dirty clay jar has never been used to store sugar. Wood vase. Darkened remains of stem inside the vase, probably used to hold flowers. Of course, for Alvin, at the bottom of the bottle, it seems to have a gift to someone named Avin. I don't know what to make up with all this. Oh, already read that already. Okay, guess we're gonna go back to the chief village, so let's go ahead and just teleport back. Sometimes I kind of worry that teleporting back might cause us to miss some dialogue. Well, sometimes, but you never really know. Hey, hopefully it's not too important if I do accidentally skip them.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
Wow, okay. So, there used to be a lot of guys that cry every night, right? That's what that one girl heard. But yeah, when we came there, they were escorted out. There's only one person left, that's why I heard that. So that explains the screaming at night. But it wasn't as if we were looking for the village keepers in the first place. I guess when we were asking around at some point, then that's when they got escorted out. Who would be the mole? Well, it technically could have been anybody we talked to in the village, right?
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Care to share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole.
No, he's not saying that. But, I mean, if a cop's kind of, like, around the village, right, then people will kind of be wary and kind of hide things that they don't want to be seen.
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
Oh, kind of like AI learning. Give enough data to AI learn and they can kind of predict what's going to happen. It's kind of like what's going on with the whole AI art thing, right? Where the AI would finish the artwork before the original artwork got finished.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side.
In other words, he's predictable.
Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Exactly.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Getting smarter, Paimon.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
All right.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
I wonder who... Oh, Dea, right? But... Okay. Why would Dea be gone, though? Wait a minute. Could Dea be a mole? Reason why I think that, right, is when you care for somebody, you could kind of be blackmailed to kind of do things that you normally wouldn't do, right? And we have Dunyarzad kind of being like the hostage. If that was the case, then she kind of would be manipulated. But that's a stretch. Let's see what's going on. I kind of doubt that she'd be that obvious. Would she? It'll be quite a bit, right? Not only do they have Sino being like kind of predicted, but also have a mole at the same time. I guess you need someone to kind of confirm things are going to happen. And for Dea, if she's just passing some information like this, then... Oh, wow, I think she is the mole. Because if you think about it, if you care for Dunyarzad so much, why would you leave and go to the village? Especially when Dunyarzad is not feeling well, right? Doesn't feel right. Does feel she didn't really have a clear reason to kind of go back to the village. Quite coincidental that she bumped to both Sino. I hate them and the travel together. Really coincidental, right?
So, where do we go from here?
Sino, do you remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
No, but that'd be a twist. You wouldn't expect it.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
Oh, wait, no, you're not. You're not Kaza. I was trying to do a double jump. What up? What up?
Want me to come along?
Yep. Yeah, it's getting late. As soon as I see the quests cleared, I'm going to sleep.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
Why is it in time for complaining, Paimon?
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
It must be those, must be the device you use to extract knowledge, put it into a capsule, right?
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
Got it.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Oh, I haven't even thought about that. Like why the sandstorm was so long, right? And why the monster attacks were so long. Very sus. I agree.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
I just had a scary thought. Because Candace did say that was a lot of monsters that she fought against. Is there a chance that people who lost their knowledge turned into monsters? I can't be, right? They couldn't go with that kind of storyline, right?
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
The reason why
You're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
the reason why I say that is if those people did turn into monsters, that would explain why that dropped to sand. Or, well, maybe they didn't need to turn to monsters, right? They could have easily just turned to dust. Like, you know, when you fought those eremites. But that wouldn't explain why those monsters were so active. But anyways, we'll see. Just keep following sign up. And grab things along the way. You're stopping quite often. Just need to walk right behind him. Okay, maybe help. Might help if I a taller character because they walk faster.
Voices over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you... Dia!
Uh-oh.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Blowing our cover, apparently.
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these 2 men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed King Deshret. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia?
Were kidnapped? So... I ate them?
These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the academia's way of doing things?
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
He's very hard to convince.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Rahman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Rahman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rahman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Well, I've been wondering, is that arm actually a real arm, or is it like a prosthetic?
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Yeah.
Dia! Run!
Stop!
Okay. Whew. Suggested test. I think that arm is actually real.
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Yeah, this whole talk is just like tests against each other to see what everybody's kind of believed in. See if there's like spies or not.
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Oh man, that's some gamble. Yeah, please don't do that ever again. I'll be worried about you.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from.
So wait. If I'm right with what's going on, the scholars are getting transported by the academia, but the Eremites ambushed them, and that's why those like gears and gadgets are on the ground in the attack. And they, got those mad scholars or / village keepers. They're using them as hostage. They know the academia wants them.
Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
Yeah, and then the Eremites, they don't know exactly what's true, whether the academia is just falsifying information about the gods that can be revived by, Gauntlet's people, or whether it is true and academia make it sound like it's not possible to do it. So that's why they just kind of using those guys as leverage either way.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
But the question is, how did she know? It seems like she knew way ahead of time that Eremites took the scholars.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
I think he was just stating the truth. That's just how he is.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Hostage exchange. Yeah, not quite exactly done, but it seems like we're getting close to finishing, so I'll push on a little bit more longer. Tempting to kind of wait until another day. Like this. Yeah, really tempting to kind of pause it here and wait for tomorrow, but I feel like I've been going for so long that we should be close to finishing this part at least, right? Pretty sure there's just this part left. I think as soon as we rescue the grandpa, then that's the end of the story. Huh? Oh, 6. It's already a new day for Genshin. It's okay. Push on just a teeny bit longer. Hey. Dude, they're trying to exchange though.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Those two are good friends, aren't they? This way, right? What? Why is it this way? Whoa, that's really far. So let's hope we're all the way over there. Because it almost like we're like, you know, walking out of the village at the same time we're going back towards the village to the opposite direction. I am doing the right thing, right? Yeah, should be the right thing. Oh. Just passing by. Don't mind me. That's a silly up there. What are you doing up here? Huh. Going the opposite way, apparently. Ooh, this is a slight sidetrack, but it can't be going that far, right? I can always zip back anyways. Fine. How far are we going? Oh, is it just up there? Maybe it's just trying to lead me to the waypoint. Yeah, it feels like it's like right there, right up there. Hey, do your thing.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Okay, kind of zip back. Kind of wish I had like a direct zip. Like I need to walk a little bit more before I could actually zip. Oh, that's a very obvious dendrogram. Might as well grab it very quick. Oh, not that obvious. Would be a trick to it. Like a beer all the way around. Okay. That's fine. Come back later. Not in the mood for puzzles right now. I just wanted to get the main story done.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit to that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although...
Wait, that's right, I forgot. We're exchanging... I hate them for those hostages.
You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
Oh, is this gonna be a fight? Nope, a cutscene.
Boy, what do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Huh?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Oh, that's some bad timing. Or good timing. Did I hit it back? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. What just happened?
Paimon's dizzy.
Hmm. Is everyone okay?
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance. The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt. I didn't believe me.
The dendro archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
Well, he did fall down with us.
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King Deshret's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being, or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
Enter the mysterious rune. Okay, I'm like debating where I want to do this or wait for another day. Is this like way past overtime? Hold up. I haven't completely finished with the current main quest yet. That's very tempting, right? I mean, how long is it gonna be? I mean, take a peek. I'll take a peek. Open up. Usually the mains aren't that long. It's not like, you know, a whole like Zelda dungeon or anything like that, which take a while to kind of solve. You usually go in, beat some stuff, and go out, right? And maybe after that, that would be completely done anyways.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Raman.
Huh? Me?
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King Deshret's civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
See deeper within the ruins. Oh, seems like it's puzzles that I need to solve. Let's see. Okay. Huh? Oh, that one lit up, so that must be the right one. Oh, what's this? Look up at the hall as mortal and listen to King. Even when the autoplay skips like the silent parts. The King Deshret's holy guidance. Okay. Okay, they're all worshipping. Oh, puzzle doesn't seem that hard, so down we go. Not forgetting anything else, right? This. Oh, there would be enemies. I did say there probably would be some enemies we fight.
Take flight!
Okay. Well, at least it's easy. More guys.
Busted! Clouds high, the birds call into the wind.
The chest. Down here. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Chest. Oh, there would be a trap. Hmm? 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 Okay, I mean, just walk around until you get the thing you're looking for. Okay, hit the checkpoint.
One with nature.
My apologies.
Oh, now we're going back up. I should look down there. But I don't think I see anything. I'm good. Well, yeah, the chest here seems to be kind of obvious.
Quietly now.
Oh, I should just skip the whirl.
As one with wind and cloud, into the wind.
Busted.
Okay, so that's just a chest, but where's the way forward? After 6 days of infiltrating the temple, I finally understand the priest's parlor tricks. The elevator would descend to the ground, get on top of it before it descends, descending again to reach the dome. Nonsense like the forbidden ground ahead, mortals shall not pass. Whatever are just made up by the priest to hoodwink us. Leave this method here in hopes that people of the King Deshret who shall travel here in the future shall freely enjoy the privilege of witnessing their sacred presence, or his sacred presence. Okay. Well. Huh? Okay. Well, I kind of get locked in when I move the elevator. That before it sends, right? The elevator would descend to the ground. Get on top of it before it starts ascending. Before it starts ascending again to reach the dome. That's the elevator, right? So get at the top of it. I didn't really have much time to kind of run away. Huh?
The wind knows me.
Huh? Get on top of it. Wait, can I climb on the... Wait. Before it ascends again. Yeah, I get locked in, so how do I get out of it? After hitting the button. Or is it not this elevator but the other elevator? Oh, wait. I didn't realize there was another switch.
Time to go.
Okay, that's where I came from. Right? Yeah, it was. So I need to go up here. There should be a switch above that can send it down. So I need to press that. Have it go down, and then get on top of the elevator, and then go up. Right? Or here. I did... Looking for a switch on the ground. But how do I... Oh, I got it. I need to hit the switch to have it go up first before I get on top of it. Bring it down. Yeah, up there is where I need to go right there. Okay, we're here. Yeah, there would be a button or enemies here. There's two buttons actually.
Into the wind.
There you go.
The birds call.
Oh, is anything like the earlier puzzles? Turn off. Or what off? What did we turn off? Hmm? Huh? Hmm? Rotating it? Oh, it rotates on its own. Okay, that's what I thought. Phase going on. Turn that off. Now we just wait for this one to rotate all the way around. Oh. I'm assuming I need to go up more, right? Or will this just go up now? No, it went down. Okay, well... Oh, it goes all the way down.
Now that's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
I think he has the wrong idea here. Oh. I guess we're going into that portal. I don't know what to expect. Secret scorching desert. Wait. It's a tree.
It's getting brighter. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
Looks like the tree we saw in the dream. Is that?
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Looks like a tome.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient King Deshret script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
Wow.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself.
So he already figured out
You'll
something.
understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
Obviously, that's the truth.
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
So wait, does that mean is Nahida originally the greater Lord Rakadabata? Like, I can't say her name. I always butcher it. But, huh? That's the truth. Then why did things, you know, kind of came so different?
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
Yeah, they were working together.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata came to the rescue of King Deshret and his people, but eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much power. Took her so much power. The two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that their gods are struck by each other through life and death. Oh, got stuck by each other through life and death. Yeah, but why wouldn't they be aware of this, though? Why did it go wrong?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refuse to believe any of the rumors. King Deshret's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans, fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Rahman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Yeah, I kind of get that it's pretty hard to believe. Like, your whole world kind of turned around, right?
Dia, tell me. My Eremites and I. What are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks.
It's funny that leaf that leaf behind him almost looked like he kind of like shed a tear or something, but it's not can't be that emotional for him. But yeah, I guess you gotta let the truth sink into your head, I guess.
I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
It's just crazy to me that the truth never got out at all until now.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
Yeah, in the end, the academia is still our enemy, right?
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
Oh, this is a turn for the better.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely need that sleep. It's funny because, you know, the thing he's wearing on his head is kind of similar to that piece's kind of resting place.
We're leaving!
So it's almost,
Stop yelling.
so it's almost as if his ancestor is somehow related to this somehow, but still, he doesn't know the truth until now. What does it mean? Because in the end, this kind of truth isn't something you would want to keep a secret, right? Like, if this was kind of, like, known to everybody, then, you know, people would be wary of forbidden truth and not really go after it, right? Then those people wouldn't really be against each other, the Eremites and the academia, or the Sand people with the academia. Yes, why was this never discovered until now? I think the gods would have said something to the people before they disappeared. Okay, wait, there's no chest that I'm missing, right? I don't see anything. Yeah. Okay, let's exit and hopefully I think this is it for the main story for 3.1. Oh, back out. I guess I'm going to the hideout first. I'm waiting for that big, oh, you cleared main quest to appear. Feel like this should be close to that right now. Oh.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
Are the scribes supposed to be scary in the first place? They're not like the cops or anything, right?
That's right.
If anything, he should be more scary.
General Mahamatra? No, no! Make it quick, please! Swift and painless.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turned pale like they've seen a ghost!
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry!
The goal is to create a god, right? But yeah, I don't know what this divine knowledge does. Does giving it to Balladeer turn him to a god? I mean, he already has a, you know, one of those chess pieces, the Genosis. So, kind of thought that would be all he really would need.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, "Do you wish to create a god?"
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Alhaitham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
But the sages in the product won't be the greater Lord Ruka Devanta. It would be the Balladeer.
You must have noticed by now. The academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the academia has never treated her as a god. When the academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Ruka Devata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Ruka Devata had indeed passed away.
What? Even though it's the same person, it's almost as if, if yeah, sure. I guess if the person lost their memories and became a different person, then you kind of would say that's a different person and not the original person. Okay, sure.
Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an archon's raw power nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. Never imagine a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
Go back to the village chief's house. Oh, we're getting close to the end of the main story, I think. This will be the whole summary, right? The end of a story. And then a little cliffhanger about the next.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali has done for her people, academia has abandoned her in the sanctuary of Sarashana, the lost cause. Even those she protected have never realized there's such a small and childlike god in the world.
Hey, say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you!
He knows how to get Paimon's attention.
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
Want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry, I had my reasons, but now I know we're all in this together. Sorry, I'm just reading very quickly.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
It's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
No matter what lies ahead, I would do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
There you go. Finally have finished 3.1 main story. Leave the village chief's house. This thing else happens. Let's do this very quick. Oh, I could talk to everybody though, right?
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and the planning and preparation for what lies ahead will no doubt take some time. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
No way! Your books aren't quite to Paimon's tastes.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Ugh, you're so annoying!
Yeah, I would have thought he would lend a easier book to Paimon, but Bart doesn't have any such books. Yeah, I kind of want to talk to him before I walk out, because I don't know where I can talk to him when I walk out anymore, so I gotta just get this out of the way. Hey, Candace.
You must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Auber Village, I can't help but feel stirred when I see the looks in your eyes.
Huh?
I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must be the power of camaraderie.
Oh, is it? Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Did he talk to? How about when you're too old to remember anything? Well, of course, don't say things like that. Our village may be small, but we got quite a lot of decent youngsters here. Never mind the people who came back from working with the Eremites. Even the cousin's boy is working hard, you know? True. You're right. Must be overthinking. Sure, we'll have more reliable successors like Candace in our village. Of course, speaking of Candace, remember when she was a little girl? She'd go to the wrong house because of her poor eyesight. Didn't know she had poor eyesight. She has some nice, cool, like, you know, different color eyes, but yes, that did happen. I believe, between the two of us, I guess you're the one with good memory. Huh. Okay. A couple more people left.
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work I've ever taken on. And none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
It's true, you've been doing all this for free.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a huge reward after this is all over.
You've got a point.
Hey, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with more money than you could ever spend?
Paimon would buy boatloads of tasty snacks.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
How adorable. Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasies. If there's a chance they can come true, I'll give it my best shot. And here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change this world for the better.
In the past, I never imagined that even the gods could suffer from hardship. If we can find a way to change all of this, will this nation become a better place?
I mean, I would think, well, I like to believe so. Just weird that the people just couldn't come together earlier. But I guess maybe the academia has something to do with that. I guess... yeah, probably, right? The sages, in their point of view, their god sacrificed, you know, her wisdom to help this other god fix his, you know, his wrongdoing, right? So they probably blamed the people of the desert for that and never took the truth. Just so they could suffer a bit more. So that's probably where the big misunderstanding started. Yeah, it's kind of sad that it has to be this way. I think that they should have really come together, but just what happens. They just are angry that they lost their god. Okay, let's go ahead and leave. Wait until the next day. Okay, so pretty much I am good to end it here, but I did say that when at the end of my stream I was gonna go ahead and roll for a character. It's super late right now, but how much resin I have? Not enough to worry about anything. But yeah, I did say that I've been debating on rolling for Kusanali. Now that I kind of learned her origins a bit more, it didn't really pique more for me to kind of know more about her. Kind of makes me wonder if she has any memories of who she was, but it doesn't sound like it, right? She just totally lost everything when she turned to this form. But at the same time, she must have, you know, connected with the mate sages and learned something from them, right? And learn who she was. But more importantly, I think you do a lot of fun things with Nahida. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. So I'm not just gonna not gonna just start rolling. I'm trying to probably clip the end of the stream and to his own video. So I'm gonna kind of pretend as if I was recording this. So yeah, let me kind of go with my intro, kind of talk about why I'm rolling for Nahida, and then we'll end not really recording because I'm technically streaming. End it there, and I'll clip out that very part to his own video because some people are just more interested in just see the roles rather than, you know, seeing the whole main story. And that will make it easier for them to kind of see what they want to see. So anyways, let me kind of focus. So I won't be able to reply to him by his chat while I'm doing this. So if I'm not saying anything when people are asking something, then you guys would know why. Anyways, yeah, you guys, anybody in the chat, if someone's asking, just let them know that I can't really reply right now until the very end of the rolls. Anyways, okay, let's go. I'm just trying to get into the mindset. Hello, everybody. NoukonNeko here to roll for Nahida in Genshin Impact. So I've been sitting here for a while to kind of, you know, debate whether I want to roll for her or not, because I don't have, you know, all the prima gems in the world, and I'm trying to kind of make sure I don't go over how much I can gain from the game. But She's the Dendro Archon. And if you are ever gonna build a Dendro character, she's kind of the one to go for, right? To kind of pull that off. She's gonna be able to apply Dendro a lot more often than the Traveler right now, and Ole. I don't know about how the other Dendro characters in the future will be, but she's really good the way she is right now, right? She's able to apply Dendro not to just a small group of enemies. She could apply Dendro to like a huge amount, like all the way around her. Like if you just like go to her camera mode, spin around, you pretty much mark almost everybody. Well, up to 8, but high enough. And not only that, whenever a elemental reaction occurs, she does Dendro damage, means they reapply Dendro. So it can really be powerful. You could do some really crazy teams. I've been watching out and see what people have been doing with her, kind of, and how other people do just with the Traveler and the thing and Ole. But yeah, the only problem I've been having is I don't really like any of these 4-star characters. Oh, actually, it's more like I like them a lot, and the problem is the fact that I already max constellation them. So, after giving it some thought, just trying to get one copy of her would be really nice. It's gonna hurt every time I get a 4-star character, so I could probably hope I get a 4-star weapon instead. But yeah, I'm really impressed in her kit, so yeah, I'm gonna go for her. So let's get this started, and hopefully this will be very painless if I can get her early on, but I can't. I'm very far away from guaranteeing that. If you look at my history, if my history will pop up. Last time I rode for a 5-star character. Wow. Well, it actually wasn't that long, just on the 7th month. But yeah, it's just 6 rolls away ago, so very far from any guaranteed from the soft pity and the hard pity. So it's gonna take quite a bit of rolling, but I'm gonna have the hope. All right, wish me luck. Nahida. And that is nothing. I think I can skip it, right? Yep, we'll skip it. And that's the 4-star thing that hurts me so much. I really wish it was any other 4-star. I mean, if I was gonna wish it was a certain 4-star, I would have really hoped it would have been like Cookie, because he would have been a really good character to work with Nahida. It's actually kind of weird that they give us these characters. Usually they kind of give us characters that work well with the featured character on the banner. But like Noelle, who's Geo, doesn't even work with Dendro. That's all of my intertwined fates. I'm heading in that territory of all my primogems now. I think that was my 5th 10 summon though, right? So I'm like 2 more 10 pulls away from soft pity. Oh, that's the one good thing, right? Being able to get. Wait, was I not done with Bennett? I guess I wasn't done with Bennett, but now he's done. Oh, maybe he was like twice away. Anyway, I guess that was a good thing I got him. I thought I maxed him out already. But anyways, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's keep going. Weird. I don't know where I thought I got all the constellations of Bennett already. Maybe because I've used him so much and he feels like he's a 6 C6 Bennett right now. Well, even though you kind of don't want to have a C6. Okay. Well, next one should be guaranteed, I think. The soft, not the guaranteed, but the soft pity. At least I hope it would be. But even if it's a guaranteed character, it's a coin flip where's the future character. So if I beat this coin flip, I didn't even get the character. Oh, maybe I miscounted. Okay. Here he goes. This is the one. Better be gold. There's the gold. Yes! I won the coin flip. Question is whether I got another 5-star? It can happen. It happens sometimes. I mean, not this time. Nora Bennett. Yeah, he's definitely maxed now. Okay, that wasn't too painful. Yeah, it wasn't that painful. Whew, okay. Nice. Now that we got that out of the way, we have plenty of Prismo gems to save for whoever appears next, but hopefully I don't need to roll for a while, because it's... Well, maybe not. Right? If an interesting character comes, I will roll for them, but... Yeah, the question is whether the future characters will actually interest me to roll for them, but we'll see when that time comes. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it for this video, so thanks for watching, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good night. And good luck if you are rolling for her. Right, bye-bye. And that is a wrap. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. So if this roll video comes tomorrow, then you guys know where it's from. And you guys already know what to already expect. But anyways, for me, for the rest of the night, I'm like thinking I could spend that amount of like resin that I have on some books very quick. Because now that I need Nahida, I'm gonna need a lot of these books of ingenuity to level her talents. And I do have enough for one run, so we'll do that very quick. Then we'll call it night. Yeah, quite exciting. So, like, I didn't fully explain, like, what characters I would have to work with her, because that's the biggest thing for me. I didn't know whether she was the right thing, but there were teams that I was looking up, right? Like, you ever heard of Hyperfridge? That's like Dendro, Electro, Frost, and Hydro. All that combined together to do a Hyper Fridge. And I have plenty of water characters and electric characters, and obviously cryo characters, so that's something I can pull off. So that'd be interesting to see what I could do that. But if I was going to pull it off, I definitely want to have the digital archon to help me out. Let's see. Should be easy with this team. But even if I can't pull a Hyper Fridge, there's also just Hyper Bloom, which is just Electro and Hydro together, which I could pull off. It's funny because I mainly use like a freeze comp and a superconduct, right? You know, bridge cryo with light or with Electro, or cryo with Hydro. But I could pretty much take all the Hydro characters and put them with the Electro characters, then voila, you have a Taser comp, but put Dendro into it. It's a Hyper Bloom comp. So that's something I could play around with. I could try to make it work with Superconduct, right? With Quicken. I could try to, get the Fridge to work with the either just Fridge or Hyper Fridge. But a lot of fun things could be done. But yeah, I definitely wanted the Archon to kind of give it a try. More likely to work with her than with the Traveler. I'm gonna do this. There we go.
Embrace the ice!
Oh, he's gonna erupt.
Whirling snow!
But fridge? Not fridge. Freeze comp is just too strong. So I'm excited to see if I can improve what I'm currently doing. Okay, that's it for our resin. So that means there's nothing left for me to do tonight. I mean, I technically could do, you know, tomorrow's commissions, but that's something I'm gonna worry about later. Right now, I really want to get some sleep. So let me go park myself in Leeway next to the crafting table. But since I just burned the resin right here, I probably really don't need to worry about it. But it doesn't hurt to sit here in case for some reason something comes up tomorrow night. But yeah, speaking of which, yeah, so the story so far, really enjoying it. I'm really excited to see the next part. And tomorrow, most likely I will continue doing some more Genshin. Unless something comes up with the other Affinity members and they want to stream something else with me, then yeah, don't be surprised if you see that. But most likely, I don't think we have any plans, so you kind of see more Genshin coming. So yeah, I'll be hitting the 3.2 main story, hopefully when that happens. So if you guys are excited to see that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, and if not, definitely there'll be Genshin in the future. If not tomorrow, then the next day, but most likely it'll be tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, and it's gonna be even more. It's probably, I can't probably get finished 3.2 main story in one day, so probably be a lot of the main story throughout the whole weekend. Hopefully, I'll be caught up. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't think there's any other plans I could think of what happened the weekend. All right. Yeah. Thanks for people who watched me today, the catching up 3.1 story. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night and get some well-deserved sleep. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye-bye.